Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my family member, friends, and loved ones, and my followers out there all over the world. Yes, it's Johnny Baker. It's testimonial time. Another week's gone past. The year is flying. Um, I just want to tell you a little bit about the power of LifeWays X39. It reactivates your own stem cells in your body, and it generates up to 4,000 new genes in your body when you wear the miracle patch. I call it the miracle patch. My personal point of view, but what it's done for me and my family, it's definitely a miracle patch. Uh, it's the only technology of its kind in the world today, and we hold up to 200 worldwide patents on the product, so you can only get it from one of us at LifeWays, uh, one of the brand partners at LifeWays. You will not find it in any pharmacy, chemists, or supermarkets, because we do direct sales. We sell it direct to the people that need it. And the reasons why we do that is to keep the price as low as possible so that everybody can afford this little miracle patch. So I just wanted to invite you to the Lifeway family. We one big family. Please come and join us. It's mind-boggling what this will do for your family members, and friends, and loved ones. So what happens when you turn 30? You lose 30%, 60% of your stem cells when you turn 30. Yeah? When you turn 30, you already lost 60% of your stem cells. That's mind-boggling. Eh? When you turn 60, you lose 90% of your stem cells. And that's why the older folk always get these funny diseases such as Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, diabetes, arthritis, and all that type of thing. And all they have to do is join us, wear this. It reactivates their stem cells in your body. The stem cells is the thing that fights any disease that comes into your body. The moment you get the disease, it makes genes, and that genes go and fight stem cells. So anything that's happening in your body, your stem cells go there and it repairs that. And let me just tell you a little secret about this. This is an age reversal. So what happens when you turn 60? I'm 64, and I was grey. Your hair starts greying black, coming back to your normal color, and your skin starts tightening up. So it's an age reversal. So wearing this patch will regenerate your whole body, fight all diseases. If you've got pains and heart problems and all that type of thing, go into the list. You'll see the list. There's 150 of them. Subscribe to all my channels, because then we can get to millions more people that need it. So the testimonial of this week, you'll see on the first page, there is a QR code. You can scan there and go to my YouTube channel, the landing page, and get the list of all the diseases. So it'll tell you the testimonial of 2025 week number. Where you see week number, there, just up there, you'll find in red will be the testimonial of the week. So please have a squiz there, see what it's all about. And then when you get to the next slide or video, it will be the testimonial. Somebody in the family that are using this medical patch and what it's done for them. And they'll tell you direct. It's definitely I have to watch. And then there's another video after that one, which is I've got to present this and tell you more about it, how it works, what you can get out of it, and all that. And they'll explain everything to you, all about the patch, and they'll present the whole thing. You can watch it to the end there. And then on the last slide, you'll find my slide with all my links and emails and numbers to drop me the message, and I'll get back to you. Because if your family member, friends, or loved ones get diagnosed with the big C disease, please don't hesitate. Let's get them on it as soon as possible, because some of those the big C's, you get aggressive ones that are very aggressive, and they don't give you much time to fight them. So I'm begging you, please, the moment you hear something's wrong, look, send in the links of this medical patch. And what happens, you wear it for 12 hours, you take it off, and then you sleep without it. You have to drink 1.5 liters of water every day that you're wearing it. And you put it next to the bed, you wake up the next day, you put it on for another 12 hours. And once you're done with that, you can take it off, you can put it on your pets. I normally staple it to their collars or stick it to their collars, and it makes a 15-year-old, I've got Jack Russells, it makes a 15-year-old Jack Russell run around like he's a year old. And he's full of energy and much more alert, which is all the benefits you get out of it. If you watch the presentation, you'll see it all. Guys, it's a no-brainer. This is the technology of the future. It is a non-invasive patch, so it's got nanocrystals in it, so nothing goes into your bloodstreams. Absolutely nothing goes in like your big pharma's tablets and all that type of thing. I went for a checkup the other day, and the doctor says I need to check your kidneys. I said, but why? He says, you're taking high blood pressure tablets, so that damages your kidneys. So that's how big pharma works. It's a big money-making racket. So once your kidney starts giving trouble, then you must take another tablet to fix the kidneys, and then damages something else. So that's why I say it's a money-making thing. The moment everything is gone of yours and they can't make more money out of you, they go to the next one and put him on tablets, or her, and then you end up taking 50 tablets. That's virtually killing you. It's one big fraud. The big pharma is one big fraud, because if you Google yourself, big pharma's never came up with a tablet or something that saves the disease and doesn't damage anything else. There is no such thing. Google it, you'll see. So that's why I say we need to get you, your family member, friends, or loved ones on this medical patch. It works with the heat in your body, your heat, your infrared, and the heat of your body activates it, and it sends a message to your brain to activate your copper peptides. Once your copper peptides is activated, that in turn reactivates all your stem cells that are dormant. And your dormant stem cells is what fights any disease that comes into you. Any bad knee pain or cartridges, it even rebuilds your cartridges in your body, in your back, all over. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And like I said, it regenerates you. It's an age reversal. So what happened? You see, my grey beard here hasn't gone black yet, but my hair was grey, just as bad as that. And look where we are today. I've got black hair, and I have to cut it at least once a week. I've got such good hair growth. My nails are growing. Your collagen goes up by 300% in your body when you're wearing these patches. So your skin becomes, you lose the wrinkles in your skin and makes your skin tighter, and it even reverses your heart in age. That's a guarantee. You can watch it on my presentation, and you'll see it there. David Schmidt is the brain behind this. We call him a genius. He's a designer, a scientist. He's the CEO of the company, and just watch the videos and you'll see the whole story about him and everything else like that. If you go onto my website on YouTube, you'll find over 300 testimonials there already, and you can watch any one of them. People with breast cancer, people with ovarian cancer, prostate cancer, all of those, and what it's done for people. Guys, it's a no-brainer. Just drop me a message, hook me up, and I'll, if you want more information, I'll drop that to you. And if you've got family members and friends, we'd love to help them, try and help them with it, so that they can live a younger, happier, and healthier life. So, guys, thank you for being here, and I'll see you next Saturday. Like I say, the testimonial of the week, you'll see it in red just up here. I'm doing this video because I have sometimes problems with the PCs in it, and then I can't get a video, so I can use this video for any day of the week. That's why I don't want to tell you what it is. Just have a look, and you'll see it in red. It will say the day of the week is in red. You'll find the testimonial of the week. So thank you for being here, and guys, let's do this and live a younger and a healthier and happier life without pain and suffering like people are doing all over the world today. Thank you, and we'll chat soon. See you next week. Ciao, ciao.
And you guys, this is gonna, when I heard Scott's testimonial, I wanted to cry. First of all, I want to give you a big hug for being in the Marines and helping our country. And you have quite a story to share. And just a brief introduction. Scott was in the Marines for 7 years. He joined in 2009. And his job was not a job that any of us would have wanted to have, but it was with chemical, biological, and radioactive nuclear weapons cleanup and defense. So That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to turn it over to you, Scott. Please share what happened to you and where your life was going and the miracle of X39 for you.
Thank you. So after about 2 years in the Marine Corps, I threw my back out and herniated one of my discs. Ended up doing acupuncture, actually just about everything other than surgery. As the years progressed, I kept getting worse. So I started getting nerve issues in my legs. Ended up having 3 herniated discs before I ended up getting out, and I got out in 2016. And so what kind of got me out was I tore both my hamstrings 4 times. And so I just was trying to tough through it and couldn't really tough through it anymore. And so I put up with it for about 5 years. And so I got out in 2016, moved to Boise, and for the next 2 years, I noticed my back was just getting worse and worse and worse. And so I went in to get an updated MRI, come to find out my lower 7 discs in my back were completely gone. So there wasn't really much they can do. They basically said we can do a laminectomy, which is to open up my nerve canals to make sure that, to help my nerve issues in my legs. And so I did that at the end of 2018. And by the summer of 2019, my body just significantly declined. I went through symptoms similar to ALS. So I had body tremors, muscle weakness, temperature regulation issues. And for the next probably about 5 months, I lost 55 pounds because my tremors were 24/7. They got so bad. So I was 230 pounds and I went down to 175. I also used to be 6'5" and now I'm 6'1" from losing my discs. And so as you know, my muscles were lacking nutrients, I actually had a piece of my left thigh that completely deteriorated and is gone. And so during this time, we saw specialist after specialist. We saw the head neurologist at the VA. He didn't know what to do with me. I saw a muscle and nerve specialist out in town. They didn't know what to do. I even talked to the Mayo Clinic at one point too. And no one really had any answers for me. And so my wife and I found a doctor from winningthefight.org who makes supplements for his daughter, and he recommends it for others. And he's stopped the progression in over 2,000 people with ALS. So I started taking those supplements. It was costing about $1,000 a month, but it stopped my progression. I started, being able to gain weight again because my tremors stopped, and started doing well. However, my back and my leg pain were still really bad. I was on pain meds since about 2011. And we were kind of stuck. My good day was about a 5 out of 10, and my bad day was, a 9 out of 10.
Can you tell us about those pain meds and how many you were taking and what that was like?
Yeah, so I would kind of tough it out so that way I didn't, grow onto extreme pain meds. And so every about 4 to 6 weeks, I'd take a week off, but I was on Oxycontin, and then I was on 10 other medications too for all my issues. So I was on, nerve issues, medication. I was on medication for my medication basically because they would have side effects, and then they'd have to give me a medication for those side effects. And I was just really feeling out of my body. I was actually on 3 muscle relaxers a day because my back would go into severe spasms. It was pretty bad. And on top of that, at the ripe old age of 32, I have extreme arthritis as well. It normally would take me about 30, 45 minutes to get up in the morning. I'd have to wake up, take my pain meds, kind of move around, slowly roll out of bed. It was pretty rough. And so by taking those, it didn't really help my nerve pain, didn't really help my back pain. And so we were kind of, for another 6 months, I was kind of at a standstill we kind of felt hopeless. Like, is this how we're going to live our life? Paying $1,000 a month just for me to, maintain bare minimum. And so about 5 months ago, my wife went to Dr. Harmon, and she told him about my issues, and he walked out and he, put the X39 on the back of my neck, gave me 7 of them and said, call him in a week. And, we were like, I don't really know, but we'll give it a shot. And so after day 4, I just got up out of bed and walked into the kitchen, and my wife was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. I just got up, and my arthritis was significantly better. And so after day 6, my arthritis was almost completely gone. It was crazy. And so called up Dr. Harmon, asked him what it was. And, he told me about stem cells and all that stuff. And with my background in the Marine Corps, I kind of already had, a basis of what stem cells were as well. And knowing that my body was just filled with toxins too, which probably could have attributed to a lot of the symptoms. I was exposed to chemicals and radiation and not good stuff. And so basically it's been 5 months. I started off taking the pain patch on my back and it took my back pain away in 20 seconds. And then while I was using the X39, and about after 1.5 to 3 months, I was able to stop taking the pain patch because my back pain felt a lot better. And so it's been 5 months now. I stopped taking my supplements at about month 2. So it's been 3 months and my tremors haven't come back. It cost me, $100 a month. I don't have to take the pain patches anymore, and got my life back. My pain, I don't take pain meds anymore. I got off all medication. My pain now is between like a 1 and a 3 on a daily basis. 3 is a bad day, 1's a good day. And so I never thought, I spent tens of thousands of dollars, 10 years with doctor after doctor after doctor. And I never could have believed that after $500 in 5 months that I would be where I'm at today. So.
Scott, I don't even know what to say. So many, what you live through, and we know, because we're health people, we understand when you're around those kind of debilitating and toxic chemicals that it takes a wear and tear on your body. And so you went through just, breakdown after breakdown, of what it's done to your body. And look at what stem cells can do when your body's making younger stem cells. It has completely turned your life around. All those conditions, all those pains and medications are gone, basically.
Yep.
This is miraculous.
Yeah, it really is. It's definitely a miracle. And then to add to that, so my wife was also taking X39. We had infertility issues for years. And about 2 months after her taking X39 and me taking it, we found out she's pregnant. So, yeah.
A very warm welcome to everybody on this Zoom this evening. My name is Beverly Schaefer, and I'm speaking to you from the picturesque town of Paarl, nestled in the heart of South Africa's renowned wine country, just outside the vibrant city of Cape Town. And a welcome to anybody here that are on the international platform. I'm happy to have you here this evening. I'd like to start, before I begin the presentation, just to share with you a little bit about my own personal story. So my journey of transformation began after a decade of dedicated service in the public sector, and I can see some of my former colleagues here this evening. Like many in high-pressure roles, I found myself caught up in a relentless cycle of stress and adrenaline, and I'm sure they can relate. The toll of my health was quite severe, and by March of this year, I was experiencing alarming amounts of hair loss, persistent brain fog, and a profound lack of enthusiasm for life, really. It was a wake-up call for me because it forced me to reevaluate my priorities and seek a new path, a new journey. And ironically, I felt worse after leaving my job than I did during those intense working years. But it wasn't just my health that motivated me to become or to make a change. I also have loved ones who are bravely fighting cancer, and I've seen firsthand the devastating impact that poor health can have on our lives. I knew that I had to take control of my own well-being, and not just for myself though, but also for those who are close to me. So as a longtime advocate for alternative health approaches, I embarked on a quest for my own personal solutions. I was inspired by a YouTube presentation that I stumbled upon around the transformative power of the X39 patches. And with an unwavering belief in my body's own innate ability to heal itself, I embarked on this journey on May the 5th this year. Well, I must just say that within 5 weeks, a profound shift had occurred. The fog that enveloped my mind had dissipated a great deal and replaced by an incredible clarity and a vitality that I had not experienced in many, many years. It was as if I had turned back the clock a whole decade. I was able to tackle my favorite activities, a renewed passion and enthusiasm came back, including my favorite, which is at the moment playing paddle tennis, and I play a few hours at times. I was amazed by my own body's ability to recover and to bounce back. It's not just about the physical benefits, though. It was also about the sense of freedom that I felt and this joy that came back to me, and from this real feeling of feeling truly alive. And so this evening, I'm very excited to share this gift with you that I believe that everyone can experience and have the same transformation that I've had. And if you just give me a second, I'd just like to share the presentation. And share sound. There we go. And just go on to that. Can I see that everybody can see the screen? I just want to check on the chat. All right, I'm going to assume that everybody can see it for now. Right, so going into the presentation, we're talking about stem cell reactivation technology in a patch, and it sounds very woo-woo, like what on earth is that? But these stem cells reactivation patch is an advanced medical technology that is as big as a 50-cent coin. It is being clinically researched to use the frequency of light in these patches to activate what we call the copper peptide in the body, all right, through the concept of phototherapy, which is the technology that this patch uses, and to then stimulate the body's own stem cells. The copper peptide is not in the patch. It just uses the light through the infrared light that comes out the body to activate your body's stem cells within. Now, you may ask, well, why do we need to do that? Well, stem cells are the most important master cells of all the organs. They are the master cells of the lungs, of the kidneys, of the heart, of the brain, and they help to reset the body back to wellness. So let's have a look at a small clip. Oops, my apologies. There we go.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
Right, so let's look at the company that is involved in this incredible, remarkable product. Well, LifeWave is the company name. It was established way back in 2004, so it's 20 years in the making. It's a solid business. It is now open in 87 countries across the world. The X39 that we particularly talk about was launched in 2019 only, just prior to the COVID outbreak, and it started off the company around $20 million, right down when we were still in lockdown. It moved over to 2022, a real demand for people wanting to get their health and wellness back, to $321 million. It reached a high of 430 in 2023, and the company is expected and projected to do over $1 billion in 2025. And what does that really say about the business? Well, it's solid. It is open across the world. The technology is freely available, and also it has credibility. Who's the person behind this incredible technology? Well, David Schmidt is his name. He's the CEO. He's the inventor of this incredible patch. He has over 180 patents. He comes from a family of scientists, right through his father and grandfather. He specializes in age reversing. He doesn't call it anti-aging. He calls it age reversal. And in 2008, David started focusing his attention on stem cell research. The X39 patches took 10 years to get to market, and $4.5 million to bring us to this stage where we're all able to use it. It is an incredible, remarkable invention, and only one of its kind at the moment. So when we talk about patented technology in the United States, patents are very strict. Patents are there to tell you exactly what a product does. It has to be stated, and it has to be clinically proven. Well, the X39 is clinically researched and proven to be elevating copper peptide in the body. And as we said, copper peptide is the basis of a master stem cell. So it includes the activation of stem cells, the patent says. It improves energy, and it elevates your antioxidants. Now, the New England Journal of Medicine has stated that the #1 indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the amount of stem cells that you've got in your blood. So stem cells, as we said, with the potential to develop any kind of cell that it needs. It has also the ability to heal or repair any organ or any tissue. And again, this was one of the most astounding slides I ever saw, was why was X39 stem cell activation patches so incredibly important for us? Well, a teenager has 1 billion active stem cells, but by the time you are 30, and for us that's very young, or let's say for me, you've dropped to 400 million. That's a 60% reduction in stem cells, which means that at the age of 30, you are aging rapidly. By the time you are 60, that number has dropped to 100 million, a 90% reduction. Well, if you think about the elderly and people in their 80s who fall and break a hip, normally they take, or they don't, take very long to heal or are not able to. So stem cells are essential for your health and for your wellness. The lower you have stem cells, the more chance it is and the longer it takes for you to heal. So how do these stem cells actually work? We call it the holy grail of anti-aging because of the copper peptide. But what's in the stem cell is really just organic nanocrystals, and they're just a mesh of material that holds a light frequency together. They formulated, as we said, to activate the copper peptide, and they're there to activate our own body's internal stem cells. They're non-invasive, they're non-transdermal, so they're not like a nicotine patch which goes from the patch into the skin. These have nothing that goes from the patch into the skin. And I know people find that difficult to understand, and that's why this is such a unique product, because it is patented light or phototherapy. What does it do? Well, it's got a number of benefits. It has rapid pain relief. It works on reduced inflammation of the body. It supports wound healing, and I've had personal witness to some of that wound healing. Energy and vitality, which I certainly have felt tremendously. Mental clarity, which I can attest to. It enhances sports performance. It has a faster recovery from exercise, and it certainly improves the skin appearance. So how do you wear it? Well, there are two places. If you look at the little red dots on the body picture, there's one just with the bone, the bone that protrudes out at the back of the neck. You just wear it slightly below that, or two fingers down from the belly button. You wear them for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. And the reason we do that is because we don't want our body to become lazy. We want to put it on for 12 hours, elevate or activate the copper peptide to activate the stem cells, and then take it off and do so the following day. We also make sure that we drink plenty of water. Why? Because it assists the patches in communicating the different frequencies to the body. So what is the long-term results? Well, these are clinically researched. In the first few days, they find that 4,000 genes begin to reset. And within 6 weeks, the brain becomes far more balanced. There's a decreased symptoms of PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and depression. And within 3 months, the collagen in your skin has increased. You start to look younger as your wrinkles have decreased, hair growth increases, and there's this increase in structural integrity of both your skeletal as well as your muscular systems. So for someone like me, it's very important that as I go forward in my age, I am able to make sure that my bone and muscular health is in good order. And within 6 months, this is absolutely remarkable. In a recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years just after 6 months of using X39. Now, David Schmidt calls this not the anti-aging, but the age-reversing product. And it is truly remarkable what this product can bring to our health. For those of you who've got a pen and paper, this is a wonderful website, www.thisisitinfo.com. This is where you can actually look up more information. You can read about some of the clinical trials that have been there. You can also change the website to suit the country or the language to which you prefer to read it in. So it's very versatile and easy to be able to gather your research to look further into this product. So David Schmidt recommends that, and again, under a clinical research, a 90-day protocol. And why does he do that? Because every one of us human beings are different. We heal at different rates. We don't all have miraculous one-day healing. Some of us may take longer. With me, it took about 5 to 6 weeks. Some people take a few days. Other people take 3 months. So the clinical research has shown that a 90-day protocol is what you really should commit to. And also very important, X39, even though you may have a nagging injury that has been there for years and you would like to see if that can work, X39 doesn't decide, well, it's going to go to the arm if that's the injury that you would like. It works where the body needs it most first. So a lot of that is internal. And it's difficult, it's subtle to actually see, but in the end of the day, it will get to the rest of where the body needs it. But as I say, it goes to where it needs it most. And we also recommend for those people that are at least 40 and up that you extend that wearing of the patch for at least 1 month per decade of life for optimum results. So although this is the recommendation, we've seen the results in days, hours, and amazingly, even minutes. Now, remember again, everyone is unique and different, and the key for maximum wellness is to drink lots of water. So I want to show you some of the results of the research. Here is a topography map. A topography map measures the heat that comes off a body. This is a lady, 77-year-old woman, placed X39 on the back of her neck. And in the first session, she didn't have any X39 on, and you can see the red represents inflammation, very little stem cell activity, and a lack of brain coherence. In session 2, 3 weeks, she was on X39. She has no more inflammation. The red had almost disappeared, and her brain had far more brain coherence. And then session 3 was 6 weeks on X39, a complete turnaround, improved stem cell activity, and far better brain coherence. Now, this is a topography map of inflammation in the heart. On the first day, you can see the inflammation on the sides of the heart muscle, slightly on the other side. After 2 months of wearing the X39 patches, quite incredible. You can see the difference with the inflammation starting to dissipate. And after 5 months of using X39, the inflammation had disappeared. Quite a remarkable evidence of what these patches can do. Here again is someone that had inflammation reduction within 30 minutes of putting the X39 on. On the back, as you can see, the trapezius back muscles, you see the large red patches of inflammation, and within 30 minutes, how much inflammation had been reduced, as well as the front part of the body, inflammation across the torso, and within 30 minutes, how much it had reduced. Now, this first picture of the hands clearly shows inflammation in the woman's hands. After 30 minutes of putting the patch on where her hands were hurting, you can see how much the inflammation had actually been reduced. We can use these patches on children, on plants, and on animals, and seeing an incredible results with animals, including our horses. If you look at this horse, not in a very good shape. In fact, the horse doesn't even portray that he's actually healthy. And here is the remarkable effects of X39 on the horse. Here you see the inflammation, and here you can see how much the inflammation had been reduced after using X39. Now, this is our famous Poplup the dog. Now, Poplup is one of South Africa's dogs from one of our ladies who uses X39, and this is a dog that they have inbreeding problems, and you will see I won't even have to explain to you. So I'm just going to put that on. Here, Poplar is paralyzed, struggling to walk. And 4 days on X39. There's Poplar still using both back legs together, but extremely happy and having recovered incredibly. Quite remarkable. So if we look at faces, particularly ladies' faces of using X39, if you look at the top of 1 year, this lady of using it over 1 year, you can see how much the skin has aged, how much the eyes and the bags under the eyes have disappeared. We look at crow's feet, as we call it, around the eye, 45 days, how much it had improved. This lady also 1 year on the screen, how much her face had changed, her mouth and her eyes, even eyelids, how much it had lifted. This lady 2 on 9 weeks, and this incredible picture of 5 months of how much the mouth had dropped and how it had improved over a period of 5 months. Vitiligo, a debilitating disease. Before X39, after 3 months of X39, how much this gentleman had improved it. It almost healed. And in this picture, you can see this gentleman had completely healed from vitiligo. Bell's palsy, 3 months after Bell's palsy, how much this lady had improved. And psoriasis, after 10 days, how much the psoriasis had lifted off this person's leg. This person had a stitches. I don't know quite who did those, that awful job, but the point is that it had almost healed after 12 days. So wound healing is huge. Circulation problems, anything to do with circulation, psoriasis, any of that, you will see how much this gentleman's feet had improved and what a gentleman or ladies, what an improvement it is to their feet and their circulation. Here is a live blood analysis 10 minutes after using X39. In the first image, you could see the clumping of the blood. In the second image, you can see how beautifully the blood has reorganized itself after wearing the patches. And again, here's somebody's feet. What a difference. Looking at those 2 pictures after 3 weeks on X39. Now, as we talked about wound healing, here is a gentleman's wound that just was struggling to heal. 21 days, almost gone. 7 weeks, this gentleman, you can see he's got his 2 patches on his face. What a difference to his face after 7 weeks. This young guy I think he had an accident, and he had to go for a job interview. His mother patched him, and because he's young, lots of stem cells, he was able to heal in 5 days. And this person lost a finger, was sewn back on, and as you can see, in 21 days, the nail had started to grow back. Now, hair, as we talk about hair, and gentlemen would find this very interesting, but so did I when I was losing my hair. Not only does hair go darker, but it also grows back. Gray hair returns to some people quite quickly to go much darker. Within 7 weeks, this is this gentleman, 3 months, how much hair had changed here quite remarkably. And in 6 weeks, this gentleman's hair. Then we've got an amazing story. If you've been to seen them in the last Olympics that we just had this year, many people captured the athletes wearing patches during their races. Now, I have to tell you an incredible story, and this is how LifeWave basically started. David Schmidt had been working with the Navy SEALs. He was developing the technology for energy and looking at energy patches at the time when the Navy decided to take a turn and focus on other things. And he took his prototype and his patches And he landed up by speaking from one person to another, to another, to another, sharing the story of this incredible technology. He landed up sitting next to the swim coach of the US Olympic team in 2004. And by pure luck, and he managed to patch those swimmers, and many of them broke their records and got gold medals. And those patches, the Olympic Committee took those patches and took those medals back and tested those patches, and everything was returned back to the athletes, because, as we know, the Olympic Committee is incredibly strict about anything that could possibly go in from the patch into the skin and help elevate somebody's performance. Well, as we've said, and we know clinically, there is nothing that goes in from this patch. So as you can see, in 2004, Michael Phelps was wearing the patches right by his stomach. Serena Williams has been seen to wear the patch on her hand. She was wearing the energy patches, which was the first product of David Schmidt's company. David Beckham, way back before all his tattoos, he's wearing the energy patches because they come as a pair. And Lorenzo Sabatori, who wears a patch on his forehead because he has to focus so much on the speed that he is performing at. So energy patches, and I've tried them when I'm playing paddle, they work amazingly well to just help elevate energy. If you also feel incredibly tired or stressed out, those energy patches work. So let's have a look at some of the specific products. We've said X39 is the foundation product. It is the flagship product. This is the regeneration of stem cells and helping your body to heal. Sorry, oops, there we go. The X49, which I also love wearing, it works on muscle mass, bone density, and heart health. And I find that when I'm playing sport and I wear the X49 and the X39, it's really, really great for me to be able to exercise and to be able to recover and play paddle game. The Ice Wave is an remarkable product which works on pain reduction. This is clinically researched to reduce pain by 50%. So aching relief, it has no side effects, and pain reduction in most people. The glutathione, which is a wonderful immune booster, antioxidant, it places 300%, stimulates 300% glutathione in the body. Very good for if you are not well, you have flu, or if you're flying in a plane and you don't want to let your immune system take a knock. Very good product. Carnosine, also fantastic for brain function, memory, focus. It lengthens the telomeres. Telomeres is the foundational measurement of how young your body is getting. Aeon, very, very good. This was one of David Schmidt's patches that he really focused on prior to X39. It works on stress. It works on anti-inflammation. And we call it the happy patch because stress and inflammation also leads to people feeling very down. So it helps to elevate your mood and really work on your body's own inflammation. Silent Night, for those people who struggle to sleep, it helps to increase melatonin, improves the quality of your sleep. I talked about the energy patches, the energy enhancement, helping to increase energy, fat burning, and endurance. And then there's this SP6, which works on weight, appetite, hormones, and digestion, can be used by both men and women, and really works on the endocrine system. And then finally, Aloe, which helps to build a vibrant skin system, reduce wrinkles, and builds collagen in the body.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body. How you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Imagine investing in companies like these when they first went public and riding their growth to where they are today. Those who made wise decisions to get involved gained incredible wealth. Now it's your turn. When it comes to regenerative anti-aging science, stem cells are the future. And thanks to LifeWave, you are at the forefront of it all. Don't miss out. X39 puts you on the threshold of explosive growth in your business like no other product ever could. And all you need to do is try it and share it with others. The LifeWave X39 patch, an absolute breakthrough. For your body, for your business. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
So to all those skeptical people, this is the power, or this is what does it. Nothing else. We are not fakes, as you can see. Guys, this is the no-brainer, and it's all thanks to one genius. That's what we call him, a genius. His name is David Schmidt. He's our founder. He's a scientist, and he's the CEO of LifeWave. So guys, please scan my QR code on the bottom of the video or on the first slide. It will take you straight to my landing page. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and share it. And if you subscribe, you will get these testimonials every week free of charge automatically of different diseases and issues that we're having around there. There are over 150 diseases and issues. So you can't tell me one of your family members and friends or loved ones don't suffer with one or more of those issues. Guys, it's a no-brainer. This is, like I say, it is a medical patch. This is what does it for everybody out there. We are not fakes. So guys, subscribe and you'll get your testimonials free. And if you see one of issues or diseases that one of your family member, friends or loved ones are suffering with, drop me a message and I'll send you live testimonials of all over the world of the same issue that you want to see, and then you can make your decision. If you're skeptical, the proof is there. I mean, what more do you want us to do? So guys, please hope to hear from you soon. Drop me that message and I'll get back to you if you need any more information or anything, or if you want to be hooked up to the product. I would be your sponsor on this, because you've got to get a code through one of the brand partners on Lifeways to join up and because we've got to help you. We've done training on this for many years, and we help you. So thanks for being here. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you next Saturday when I launch the next testimonial. Remember, you'll get it free if you subscribe. Please, we need subscribers to reach billions more people all over the world. Thanks, and see you next week. Enjoy the week and stay healthy and live younger. Thanks a lot and bye.